And new Wednesday, we are, of course, super glad that you could join us for another exciting episode of Wake Up Nigeria.
Hey, good morning once again, people. Yes, it's a midweek edition of your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. It's a home day edition. A perfect time to just relax, re-energize, refuel, recharge, and get on this week like a champion that you are.
That's right. Now, Wednesdays are about finding that balance. We need to be as productive as possible, so it's about productivity, and then, of course, self-care. So whether you're at home right now, maybe about to enter traffic, or you're already at work or in your store, at your shop, no wahala. It's a really great mix of fun, entertainment, and inspiration, hopefully, that will keep you going strong.
As always, guys, we've got a very jam-packed lineup for you today. Plenty of engaging conversations, some midweek motivations, and of course, some tasty treats to spice things up. So grab your coffee, relax, and let's kick this Wednesday off the right way. Of course, we've got Winfrey in the kitchen. Hello.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing this morning? It's a beautiful Wednesday, and I'm excited to be here. I mean, yesterday was International Men's Day. Interesting, we didn't even say anything about that. I understand why men actually feel the way they feel now. No problem. I actually can't wait to hear from Mike on Friday, but today it's Wednesday. The ladies are in the building. It's going to be an amazing show.
I feel like they've not found a way to commercialize Men's Day yet. As soon as they do, it'll be all over the place. But yes, indeed, happy International Men's Day to all the men out there, those who keep standing strong as pillars of our communities in our space. We appreciate you, each and every one.
Of course we do, and I'd just like to say that you are the wind beneath our wings. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep standing strong. My name is Email Koche.
And I'm Titilai Onyison. You can, of course, watch the show live from anywhere in the world. All you have to do is head over to our website. That's tvcentertainment.tv. We're also on GoTV Channel 16, UHF Channel 49, and, of course, Star Times on 121 Instagram.
Yes, we are on all socials as well. We're on X, we're on Instagram, we're on LinkedIn, guys. Can you believe that? Yes. And of course, you can watch previous episodes on YouTube. Just type in TVC Entertainment. And of course, you could use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC when sending in those comments. Let's dive right into what we have left for the show. On the lineup for the show today, guys. On relationship, or nutrition rather, we have Ifeoluwa Oyebola. She's a dietitian and the brand manager for Avilan Food and Supplements Division, a company that produces 100% natural herbal teas, healthy food supplements, spices, and seasonings. Today, we continue the conversation on mindful eating strategies for your emotional well-being.
Then on relationships, we have Oguche Aguda. Now, she's a family life coach, counselor, and author, social entrepreneur, and so much more. She's focused on building communities to bring about personal and societal transformation. Co-founder and CEO of the Aguda Institute, whose vision is to transform individuals, build healthy families, shape culture, and transform nations. Our discussion today: does happily ever after actually exist? And how can you maintain that spark in your marriage as the years go by? And of course, Wake Up Nigeria is not complete without a musical performance. Stephen Tones, Nigerian singer and songwriter, originally born Stephen Omije. He began performing and releasing music in 2015, and with his passion has brought him under the wings of the renowned Maven Records producer Andre Vibes. Now, we can't wait for him to perform right here in our space on Wake Up Nigeria.
Finally, Ekene Smith is a renowned professional stand-up comedian, actor, content creator, and scriptwriter. He is also the brain behind Positive Youth Talent Discovery, a quarterly comedy competition built to entertain comedy lovers. And today, he'll be sharing his journey in the comedy industry with us. And we are back. Thanks for staying with us. It's time for the news. My name is Email Koche. President Bola Tinubu has written both chambers of the National Assembly for the implementation of the new external borrowing of 1.767 trillion naira. This request was communicated through separate letters addressed to the President of the Senate and Speaker of the House of Representatives. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa and senior reporter Tijesu Adeoye have the details.
The House resumes plenary after 3 weeks of oversight function by its committees. The Speaker reads 3 letters from President Bola Tinubu in quick succession. First, Mr. President seeks lawmakers' approval for a 3-year MTEF FSP plan ahead of the submission of the 2025 budget proposal. He also seeks the approval of legislators for the government to borrow 7.828 trillion naira, which is subdivided into new domestic borrowing of 6.0161 trillion naira and new external borrowing of 1.76 trillion naira, representing $2.209 billion. Also of significance is the quest for amendment to the Act establishing the National Social Investment Program, NSIP agency.
2024 Appropriation Act approved the sum of 7,828,529,477,860 naira as new borrowings to part finance the 2024 budget deficit of 9.179 trillion naira.
The recent killings by unknown gunmen and the attack on the convoy of a member of the House, Ginger Onwusibi, in Anambra State, is now a subject of probe.
The House further mandates the Committee on Defense to conduct an urgent fact-finding mission to Abatete, Ukpo, and other regions of affected areas of security menace and report back to the House in 2 weeks.
The House is also investigating the outbreak of diseases across correctional facilities in Kaduna State.
These disturbing trends necessitated immediate attention and actions from our esteemed Assembly.
After a brief session, the House plenary ends to allow lawmakers attend the valedictory service in honor of Ifeanyi Uba. Mr. Uba died on the 27th of July, 2024. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
Outside Nigeria, Russia says Ukraine has fired U.S.-supplied long-range missiles into the country. According to the Defense Ministry, 5 missiles were shot down and 1 damaged, with its fragments causing a fire at a military facility in Russia's Bryansk region. Russia has threatened a retaliatory action in response to the attacks. This is the first time the U.S. long-range missiles have been used on Russia's internationally recognized territory after President Biden permitted Ukraine to use the weapons. These missiles can hit targets at a range of up to 300 kilometers and are difficult to intercept. Ukraine now has the capacity to strike deeper into Russia using these missiles. And that's all we can take on the news for now. The show continues. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Now, that fitness session was run by a gentleman, right? And yeah, a gentleman who has honed the art of keeping fit, and he's training many others to do so.
I love how
that's
you
what he
segue
does.
into all of these things.
Now, there are a lot of men doing a lot of great things, and they are doing it to the best of their ability all day, every day. But why is it that on International Men's Day, it's probably around 12 noon that we remember or we identify the posts on social media?
Day after, dear.
I'm saying 12 noon because it was at 12 noon, halfway through the day, that I was like, wow, it's Men's Day. There are a lot of men in our lives, and of course, they do deserve to be celebrated. But why is it that it has been such a challenge to sort of create such a buzz around it like International Women's Day has? Ladies, I'm throwing this to the floor now. I'm not sure who wants to take it first.
All right, so I'll actually say this. I did see a post on social media yesterday talking about how, oh, if it's International Women's Day now, we'll not hear word everywhere, every conference, this one, that one, everything. But today now, where are the men? Well, I will say that I think it's just because generally, it's known to be a man's world, right? And there has never been a reason to pause and then focus on the man, because the focus has always been on the man.
Okay.
So now the idea of International Women's Day literally stems from the idea of women now stepping up,
Yeah.
right? Trying to be more heard, more seen, literally stepping into position and like taking up space, and then, do you understand, breaking the idea of patriarchy. Do you understand? And now it just seems like, oh yeah, the men are now back burner because, I mean, women are literally taking it up and stepping up and literally doing a whole lot of things. Yeah. So in the idea of thinking and celebrating Men's Day, the thoughts literally came, and I mean, conversations around a number of people talking about how, I mean, if you look at how many women are literally into developing the next generation of women, literally grooming ladies in finance, in tech, even like emotional well-being, overall mental health and all of that, as it has to do with women, we have a lot of that. Even the general idea of like bringing forth creation, right? Even the Bible literally talks about how the younger generation should literally groom the older generation. Do you understand? But like we don't have things like that. Like I was trying to think, okay, how many books do I actually know that speak to the man? There are a lot of them actually,
of course,
that speak to the man and the grooming. So I'm coming to Nigeria. I remember a friend of mine literally just dropped a book not too long ago. He was actually on the show as well, talking about dear men, right? How to also, do you understand? A lot of men don't think about how, okay, my brother also needs to, Jonathan, I'll not be talking to you, sit down, let's have heart-to-heart. So all those kind of things. So I just think, thinking about it, when I actually tried to encapsulate it, that's actually the idea of why it seems like men are not so
to what you
celebrated.
said, right? It also comes from a place of, like you said, it's a man's world. Over the years, men have always been seen to have guts. They've always been seen to be strong, confident, resilient, brave. They're the go-getters. They're the ones who are obligated to provide for the family. So there's usually that, and then why they are not celebrated is because of that disconnect when it comes to their emotional well-being, how they emotionally, you know how women are. Most of us, we deal with people, or in some of our relationships, we use empathy. There's that empathy in terms of connection with our children. We care more about them. It doesn't mean that the men do not care, but in terms of physical presence, there's always a vacuum. In terms of that emotional, support, there's usually that vacuum. So in that regard, a lot of people really do not feel that endearments, to their fathers, to the men in their lives because of the roles that they play. It doesn't mean that that is how they want to be. It's just how, it's the responsibility that's been given to them that, just sort of disconnects them that way. So now, thankfully, there's a lot of awareness, and that's why the theme for the International Women's Day this year borders on men's health champions, why the focus has to be on their emotional and their mental well-being. Yesterday, I sent my husband a message, I just needed to be sure. So I told him yesterday, I called him and I said to him that, you know what, just send me your Aza. Let me send you something to, have a haircut. Even if it's haircut, we laughed about it because, but then again, just the thought of it, how often, as women, how often do we take our men out? How often do we ask about their mental and emotional well-being? These are the things that we need to begin to rein in, and we need to be more intentional about not just waiting for International Men's Day to do those, to do those things, but every single day.
International Men's Day itself, it's a global awareness day for many different reasons, but people actually are not so sure what is being celebrated or being highlighted. From what it says here online, it says there are a lot of issues that men face that is outside their general responsibilities. Responsibilities of providing for their homes and being a strong pillar, support for their families. They deal with emotional abuse. They deal with homelessness, suicide. They also deal with discrimination, violence. And I'm saying it this way because it feels like a lot of people have identified Men's Day as a day where the softer men feel like they should be celebrated. Because it's, why are you expecting someone to celebrate you for your responsibility, something you're supposed to be doing anyway? So let's just identify the fact that there are quite a few other things men are going through that has nothing to do with their everyday activities, making money, providing for their children, etc., etc. There are a lot of things that men go through that they cannot talk about, and this gives them a platform to talk about it. Now, there is a soap brand, it's Color Blue, let me just put it that way. They, for the past, I think, 3 or 4 years, have provided a platform for International Men's Day. And I mentioned it earlier that commercialization of these days is what ends up making them bigger. When people believe that they can sort of make some kind of financial gain from selling, you know, International Women's Day has pin, has outfits, has color, they've commercialized it. It's the same way you commercialize other
but we need
celebrations.
to go beyond that
every
because
year.
now we have a lot of women communities. We have support groups, that are, focused on our emotional and mental well-being. And I think that the men, there has to be that encouragement. The men need to create some of those support groups where they can talk about their feelings
for themselves.
So now I'm also going to say this
we
in
should also-
closing. I'm going to say this in closing. I think another thing that's very important that we notice that to a very large extent, despite the fact that in certain areas we see men as selfish, right? To a very large extent, men are actually selfless. I'm saying this because the reason I feel they don't feel the need to go on about International Men's Day is because they don't feel the need to be celebrated. And I literally see that in my day-to-day interactions with my husband. So he's doing something, I'm trying to make a big deal out of it. And I was like,
it's normal.
And you move on. Do you understand? So it's basically because they literally will do what they need to do. They don't need anybody telling them that you are a man. They know that it's women that we are the ones that were struggling with hormones and emotions. Sometimes it's like we're not sure. Okay, today we're a woman. Tomorrow
men actually struggle.
Tomorrow
with
we are in between. Well. Yes, they actually do. But my point still remains that they actually are actually just okay being who they are, doing the best they can without necessarily standing and waiting for anybody to
clap for them
and keep on applauding. So happy International Men's Day, you guys.
Exactly.
We celebrate
we celebrate
you.
I wish you the very best. Give a man a hug right now.
Give a man a hug day.
Give a man a hug.
Not too
Mr.
tight.
Francis,
Not too tight.
avoid me.
Not too
Give
tight.
a man a hug today.
Maybe pay for someone's haircut.
Yes,
do that. And on that note, we would like to hear your comments, guys. Remember to use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC when sending in those comments. You could also, send in your special shout-outs to whomever, the special man in your life. And, just target him. Just drop it in the comments, and then of course maybe who knows, maybe today or tomorrow on the show we would give those special shout outs to those special men in your life. But on that note, we're going to quick break. The show continues in a bit, people. Stay with us.
Black pepper, we have milk. We have locust beans, we have bell peppers, we have yellow bell peppers, we have green bell peppers, we have chicken. All right, amazing. So now let's come back to. So what's the first thing we're going to be doing? How was the process? What's the process of making this particular dish? All right. So after we boil this pasta,
I'll be mixing
the cream with the iru. All right. Then after that,
I'll stir fry
our chicken. So we are grilling our chicken, we're boiling our pasta, we're mixing our milk with our iru. So after we do that, what else? We're putting the oil in the pan, pots, right? Frying the ginger.
I'll stir fry the bell peppers,
onions, all right.
Garlic and ginger together.
Okay. And after that, we jumble it together. Okay, and we add the green peppers on it, right?
So after that, you see how special it is now.
How special it is. It sounds special already. Okay, so we can actually wait for the finished product of this, and it's definitely going to be really snappy. But right about now, we have a very interesting conversation with Titi. Titi is literally on the couch with two amazing guests, and I'll definitely love to hear what this conversation is going to be about.
Yes, indeed. Now, when November is edging away and heading into December, you know there are going to be loads of activities, especially here in Lagos. And to talk to us about something that's already started, we have with us the Regional Director, Arts for British Council, Farai Ube, and Kenneth Uhoho, who is the Festival Director for Lagos Fringe. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us.
All right, Lagos Fringe. The term is definitely striking, but it doesn't exactly jump out at you, telling you exactly what it's about. I know I've probably let the cat out of the bag by saying festival director, but let's talk about this. What's happening?
So thank you very much for having us, Titi. The Lagos Fringe is a multidisciplinary, open access arts platform.
Okay.
It's our 7th year. This means that we've taken all kinds of work at the festival, from fashion, theater, music, comedy shows, an open market for a pop-up market for arts and craft, visual arts as well.
Okay.
But our demography, the target market, has always been mixed in terms of from young people to the old people to people who are, you know, with disposable income to buy tickets and come watch the shows. Generally, so that's what we've been doing for the past 7 years, combining mixed arts and presenting work at the Fringe.
So the term multidisciplinary arts, it's very broad, you know. When we think of arts, we think creative arts, we also think of dance, we also think of music, and I feel like there's a lot of everything involved in this. How is British Council involved in this project?
Yeah, so it's been a really interesting and rich collaboration and partnership with Lagos Fringe. Early this year in May, as British Council, we work within the arts and culture sector, Africa, UK, and globally. And we launched our Festival Connect Fund, which includes funding festivals, but also running a festival residency program where we partnered with Lagos Fringe. This is the first collaboration since we launched this program. And what it involves really is running a series of online residencies for different festivals around Africa and the UK, and really discussing those critical issues around businesses, sustainability of the festivals, how do you create and curate festivals, and also sharing skills, sharing experiences, and also bringing in different speakers to talk about their own journeys or to impact knowledge with the festival directors. So this week, we are bringing in, I think, 12 festivals, plus other festivals across Nigeria, to come and have a face-to-face interaction in the next few days. Yeah.
Okay, so is this in the form of panel sessions or sort of conference-like activities as well? I know this at Freedom Park. When I think Freedom Park, I think open air, so I'm not sure if it still tallies.
Yeah.
So thank you for bringing up that part of the conversation. So first of all, it's good to have a partner like Freedom Park. That place shares a rich cultural history, but it's also, in terms of the outlook of it, it used to be an old colonial prison, but now it's a place for freedom, in quotes. So there are different kinds of artistic expression that happen there. Sure. So at this year's festival gathering, that's what we call it, where festival leaders are going to be convened at the Lagos Fringe. There will be panel sessions.
Okay.
As a prelude to this gathering, we had started with the online session, like she mentioned, the Festival Management Residency Program. We had over 50 festival leaders come together and discuss some of the topics, festival sustainability, funding, and all of that.
Very important.
Yes,
funding.
Funding. You know, that's one common factor that we all share. You know, in as much as we're you know, trying to be vulnerable, share ideas and share resources. Yeah. Funding is always the critical factor there.
Very.
So there'll be panel sessions. There'll be activities for them to participate in. I want them to experience the Fringe as well, all the multidisciplinary arts expressions. There'll be comedy shows. Last night there was Y2K party. It was fun.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's karaoke.
Oh, karaoke.
Yes.
So now let's talk a little bit. You mentioned the target audience before. It did seem kind of broad. Are you streamlining it every day for a particular, you know, target audience, or have you sort of segmented it in terms of, okay, so today's for the youth, you know, the millennials, and so on and so forth? Give us an idea.
Yes. Each day's or each activity is targeted at segmented audiences.
Okay.
But because of the vibe and the essence of the Fringe, it cuts across.
All right.
We have people who would never have been to a space like Freedom Park come in to say, I want to be part of this experience. I want to enjoy this experience. I know you say 18 to 25.
Yeah.
I know you say 18 to 35, but I want to be part of this experience. How can I be part of it? There are conversations that we've curated for young people as well. We've brought in facilitators who are well experienced in their fields to come and share. There's the Give Me the Money series that we developed for young content creators as well.
Okay.
You know, in learning how to develop, you know, content, but also monetize it. You know, we've developed content, curated experiences around Get the Contract Right, where we've brought in lawyers, experienced entertainment lawyers, to come and talk to them about governance, about getting the contracts right, and even tax laws as well.
Sure.
You know, it's very, very important as creatives who is starting out to understand these things, especially when it concerns laws of the land.
Okay, so I'm going to, take this next one to Farai, because I'm wondering, for people watching, as quickly as possible, if we can touch on why you think it's a good idea for them to come. Everybody's looking for their why. What they're going to get, what they're going to gain from coming. As quickly as you can, let's touch on that.
Yeah, so Lagos Fringe, yesterday was my first engagement, and also even visiting Freedom Park.
Okay.
And I think for me, just the space where it's happening, that's a reason to come. Yeah, it really speaks to the colonial history and how, with time, people have come to reutilize and be able to go back into their spaces and enjoy. There's a sense of community, which I also experienced. If you want to come to a place where you meet new people, and outside of Nigeria, or just people from Nigeria that you've never met, and just chill, enjoy the vibe, learn something, watch something, this is the space to come. And also, if you want to have a moment of an aha, like, oh, I didn't know that about, contracts, I didn't know that about grant writing, I didn't know that British Council was funding arts and culture in Nigeria. This is the reason for you to come. So for me, I really felt like, wow, this is like a village. Yesterday, it was just good to see the young generation, the older generation, all of us having fun, karaoke, dancing. Yeah, Y2K. It was, I really enjoyed myself.
Okay.
So I think as much as now we're getting into the festive season.
Yeah.
So that is just come and celebrate. But also, importantly, is recognizing that spaces like Lagos Fringe, they do exist to build that sense of community, to build that sense of social cohesion, to also support the economic thriving of a city or a space.
All right,
like
so
Lagos.
let's not let too much out of the bag, shall we? Let's hold some in so that people can actually, at least go online and find out a little bit more about Lagos Fringe. Thank you so much, Kenneth. Thank you so much, Farai, for coming to talk to us about this. And good luck with the rest of the festival.
No, thank you so much.
All right, then, at this point, we know we've piqued your interest, and why not go online and find out more about it, or even maybe pop by Freedom Park sometime later today. We're taking a quick break. We'll be back after this.
Welcome back into the Wake Up Nigeria Kitting. It's still the beautiful, beautiful Wednesday edition right here on Wake Up Nigeria. And I still have Chef T-Flo had at work. In case you're just joining us, we're making something very interesting today. We're making creamy Iru pasta. All right, okay. And Chef Tina seems very excited about this particular recipe.
I'm from Ijebu now, so what do you expect? So I have to use my local spices now.
Do you understand? Awesome. When you tell me, where are we now? I see you're slicing the onions,
I'm slicing the onions.
The bell peppers for the marinade.
I want to stir-fry the Iru and the bell pepper together.
We are stir-frying the Iru and the bell pepper together. Yes. Okay, so we have in our pots, okay, yes.
The water is still boiling.
Water is boiling for the pasta, okay. So a little vegetable oil there, and then what goes in next? Ginger. I've never actually considered Iru and ginger being a combination.
Hey, you try it now.
Yeah, now. Is this only ginger or ginger and garlic?
Ginger and garlic.
Ginger and garlic in there, okay. Amazing. And then the Iru follows.
Yes.
Every day we learn new things. Okay, all right. So I thought you were actually going to be using only the blended Iru.
No, I'm using it for the creaming.
Oh, you're using that one for the... So we have the two, we have Iru, right? We split it into two. We are using one whole as it is, right? And that's what we're stir-frying right now. And for the blended one, we're going to be mixing the blended Iru with the cream to literally make a base for the pasta. Oh. Follow this recipe closely. In case you want to try this at home, you have the ingredients right there on your screen. Please give me the ingredients, please. And while I wait for that, okay, what is going to the pot now?
The bell pepper and the
bell
onions.
pepper. So the red pepper is in, the green pepper and the onions going in. Okay, so we have oil, ginger, garlic, Iru, Scotch bonnet. I must actually say, it actually given a very nice aroma. One that I did not expect, this particular combination, because frying onions on its own and ginger, definitely has a very good smell. So now having bell peppers and iru in that mix, definitely very, is a special combination. And we have a pinch of salt there, right?
Yes.
So what's the plan? Stir fry and set aside.
Yes.
All right, stir fry and set aside. We're still waiting for, so I can see, we're waiting for the water to get boiled to add the pasta in. I can see, what's this? Stock?
The meat stock.
All right, from the chicken.
Stock.
What will we be using that for?
For the
pasta as well?
Yes, for the pasta.
All right. Okay, so we have it. Please, can I have the ingredients on the screen? I'll just call it out from my table. All right, so for this particular recipe, you need, pasta, of course. You need pasta, you need garlic, you need onions, you need black pepper, you need milk. You need iru, that's locust beans, we need red bell peppers, we need yellow bell peppers, we need green bell peppers, and of course, we need chicken. So now, let's come to this milk. I said I was gonna ask, what type of milk? Can we use any type of milk? Or is it full cream milk, skim milk,
you can use
plant-based milk?
Cooking milk. And
Okay,
normal
use cooking.
full cream milk.
Okay, so anything we use to basically make our pasta creamy, right?
Yes,
So probably
yes.
cooking cream or creamy. I actually usually
You
just
can
use
use
full cream.
either your margarine or little oil.
All right. All right, all right. So now the stir fry is done and that combination is out of the fire. You can literally see, it actually looks really good. It actually looks really good, that combination right there. We have that aroma out. So what are we doing next, chef?
The creaming.
So we are doing the cream. So what's the process of that one? We're mixing the iru and the cream?
Yes.
And I put it into the pan?
Yes.
All right, amazing.
So I want to remove
all the, all right, okay. So while we allow her to do all of that, we have another interesting conversation on the couch and MM is standing by for that one. Over to you.
Yes, I am. On relationship this morning, we have quite an interesting conversation. And Shola Oguche Aguda is a family life coach and counselor. She's an author and social entrepreneur who's focused on building communities to bring about personal and societal transformation. She's also the co-founder and CEO of the Aguda Institute, whose vision is to transform individuals, build healthy families, shape culture, and transform nations through trainings, resources, counseling, coaching, and the media. And today she's here to discuss, in marriage, does happily ever after exist? How can you maintain and sustain that spark in your marriage as the year goes by? How are you doing?
I'm doing very, very well. How are you?
I'm very well. Good to have you. I love your dress.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very
Made
simple.
by Template.
Oh, okay.
So at least she gets a mention.
You get nice. Okay, so quickly, some people would say that happily ever after is an illusion. You know, once it get past the honeymoon phase, can we just get right into what we're here to do? Does it really exist, though?
So it does. So I always say, yes, so by December I would have been married for 18 years.
Ooh.
So does it exist? Yes, it does.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. And it does because I think the illusion, so I say that Hollywood, Nollywood, Bollywood, all the woods have done us a big disservice because what happens is everybody is geared towards that. They get married, and then nobody tells you what happens when you are married.
Yeah.
And I think people go in with a wrong illusion of what it's supposed to look like. But what I say is great marriages don't happen by accident. There's no one that has a genuinely great marriage. They just sat down and crossed their legs and did absolutely nothing. So does it happen? Does it exist? 100%. But it takes work.
It takes work, and that's where people are, they become perplexed. They're like, work. What work? Is it like doing chores? What work? Can you kindly break down the work that is required for you to have a happily ever after marriage?
Okay, so I say that before you get married, what you're riding on is phileo and eros. Phileo, friendship love, eros, romantic love. Okay. When you get into marriage, what you're riding on is agape love, which means unconditional love. It means I love you regardless.
Okay.
And, you know, it means I love you regardless.
Yeah.
And what that means is that the work that means really is that you choose to love every day, whether you feel like or you don't.
Feel like.
So we live in a world where we're moved by our feelings and we react based on our feelings. But guess what? The only ones that do that are really children.
Sure.
It's only children that really act out their feelings. So the work is choosing to love you when I'm happy, when I'm not happy. It doesn't mean I'm not upset. It doesn't mean I can't call you out. It doesn't mean I'm not, I can't say I don't like that. But choosing to love you regardless is number one. The second thing will be just that ability to grow. Because, you know, no matter how well, people have dated 10 years, 5 years, you think you know each other, but coming into marriage...
It's like an onion.
Honestly, and you have to be teachable. You know, you have to say, okay, I don't know this. I want to get better at it.
Teachable. That's a key word right there.
Yes.
Being teachable, your willingness to learn.
True.
Very important.
Yes.
Let's go ahead.
And then, so that teachability, where you can say, okay, I may not know this. I may not know that, you know, but I'm willing to learn. And I think one big factor that people really don't consider in marriage is how different personalities blend. So you get into marriage and you expect that your spouse is like you. So I'll give you an example. When my husband, he can talk to him for an hour and all he's going to say is, yeah, I get it. I'm listening. Guess what? When you're talking to me, I need feedback. I need to know that you're
listening.
Exactly. And so sometimes that personality difference causes a lot of tension. So one of the things that did it for us was earlier on discovering that, okay, you're different, but you're not crazy. And I need to work with you based on your differences. And that way, it makes me accept who you are, not an excuse for bad behavior, I say, but just to say, you are not me, and that's okay. And I'm allowed to be me, and that's okay. But when it borders on character deficiencies, then we work on that.
You know, that's a very critical point, or very salient point that you've touched on right there, because we are constantly wanting to change our partners. We want them to mirror our behavior.
Yes.
But one thing I have also come to realize is over the years, our partners begin to mirror who we become.
True.
It is not a conscious effort.
No, it's not.
It's because over the years, our behaviors have become embedded in our subconsciousness. So they begin to unconsciously mirror that behavior. So I think first off, the work begins with you. Now let's talk about, you know, that spark, because, you know, constantly you know, bringing in that spark it takes a lot of intentionality. How do we begin to, when do you first of all notice that your marriage needs a spark?
So I think that I can't even, it's different things for different people. But I would say that when you begin to take it for granted. So, you know, when you meet someone, you're all butterflies, you're all buzzy, you're all, I just want to be with you, I want to hang out with you. But, you know, you get married, but you're in the same house. So that means that there's some familiarity. So you have to intentionally create the spark. So it means that at what point do you notice? I think maybe when you just find out that they're just acting like roommates. Or we're just, there's no, it's just friendship. And all of those are not, friendship is good, but it's not only a friendship, it's a marriage. So I say that there are some things I speak to couples about. Before you get married, can we have some things? I always say, let's get mechanical so that we can actually, in the end, really be really romantic. So where are your date nights? It's put in paper, so your date nights remain, whether it's date afternoons, date mornings. Let the kids know, oh, mommy and daddy go out once a month, or go out once in 2 months. Or where are you going out? I'm going with daddy. I'm going out with mommy. It's a thing. So keep the date nights, really important. I actually advocate for staycations and vacations. So if you say, oh, I can't take a vacation, oh, the dollar. Staycations, they're really lovely resorts.
That you can go to,
you can go to
or and then Nigeria.
Even Nigeria. And then, you know, love your partner the way they want to be loved. So little things like, if they like words of affirmation, leaving a post-it note here, sending a message. If they like gifts, sending them lunch. Is that intentionality that you had in dating? It really should continue in marriage. What happens is that we get married and we're like, oh my God, I'm done. And the work continues, because if not.
This has been a very insightful conversation, and I think another thing is, I'll just really quite quickly dropping, is a lot of us really do not understand or know our love languages. Yeah, so sometimes it is in the just showing it that your partner now, you know, it sort of resonates with him that, oh, okay, maybe this could be my love language. And then it just, what I like to do with my husband sometimes, I'll just, you know, tune in and just watch him, and I'm like, oh, baby, you look beautiful. You look sexy today. All right, thank you so much, Ola. This has been a very interesting conversation. I'm sure so many people have learned a lot from the conversation. And yes, happily ever after truly exists, people. and it's not just an illusion. Thank you. And we're going to quick break. The show continues in a bit. It's the top of the hour. Where are you going to? We need you to stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Wake Up Nigeria continues. It's still Wednesday. We're here to help you cruise through the middle of the week. Loads of plenty fun.
That's right, of course. Yes. If you're just joining us, you've missed a fantastic 1 hour, people. But hey, guys, don't worry. We have got you. There's still quite a number of things left, interesting content left in the second half of the show. So we need you to stay with us. Keep that energy high, people, as we keep that conversation flowing. My name is Emel Koche.
And I'm Titilayo Oyin. So hopefully you are, staying with us. You're tuned in live throughout with our website. That's tvcentertainment.tv. And of course on YouTube, we are TVC Entertainment.
You can also catch us live on GoTV channel 16 and UHF 49. Remember that, guys, that we are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn. Just check on us at TVC Entertainment _, guys. Stay connected and please join the conversation. Use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria when sending in those comments.
There's still quite a bit to come. Now we have nutrition. Ifeoluwa Oyebola, dietitian and brand manager for Aviland Food and Supplements Division. That's a company that produces 100% herbal teas, natural herbal teas, healthy food, supplements, spices, and seasonings. Today's conversation continues in the mindful eating strategies. Now, did you know that there are some foods that can affect your mood? I think we might need some of that. Then, of course, music, and more music. Stephen Tones, Nigerian singer and songwriter, born Stephen Omijie. He is a performing artist who started around 2015, and that passion brought him under the wings of renowned Mavens Records producer Andre Vibes. There's going to be a nice performance coming your way very, very soon. Don't miss it.
Finally, Ekene Smith is a renowned professional stand-up comedian, actor, content creator, and scriptwriter. He's the brain behind Positive Youth Talent Discovery, and he'll be joining us to share his journey with us.
Welcome back into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. I'm still here with Chef Tifa on this beautiful Wednesday edition of Wake Up Nigeria. And of course, we're making stir-fry Iru creamy Iru pasta. It's not stir-fry. Didn't you stir-fry it?
Yeah.
You stir-fried Iru now. So stir-fry creamy Iru pasta. A very special recipe by Chef Tiflo. Okay, so now, very interesting part. I had to tell her to wait so we actually capture this and you see what she's doing. So now the part, wait, don't rush. So now what is it? We have oil there,
yes.
Oh yeah, and then this is what? Milk and water. So that's the cream and the what going into the pan now. All right, so we're going to allow that, okay? We're going to stir that up. All right, you see, so the consistency of the milk is not too thick, it's not too runny. It's just creamy enough to just make that pasta super creamy, all right? And then what are we going in with next?
Here.
Should I bring it?
Yes.
How many minutes do we need to leave this?
Just a few minutes.
Just a few, yeah.
You feel the smell?
Yes, actually. Yeah, so just a few minutes. So we now have so in here we have our blended Iru. So it's just Iru that is there. I mean, no seasoning, nothing.
Iru, yes.
Just Iru, our blended Iru in here. And the amazing thing about this recipe is that we're not using any stock cubes, right? We're using stock water, that's the water of meat. We're using salt. We're using Iru. We're not using any stock cubes. So this is actually a very, very good one. All right, so in there now, all right, that's actually come together nicely. And trust Iru to show itself. It did not totally dissolve, but yeah, I mean, it's still giving us what we want, right? And the combination of that cream and that Iru together is giving us a very, very aromatic. So it's giving us international local vibes right about now.
Have the taste.
Who's that?
You.
Me, no.
You?
My stomach cannot open this morning. I will taste it, don't worry. It does not put it here, don't worry. I will taste it. It's just Iru and milk. Yes. Hey, Jehovah. People should say a prayer for me.
Nothing.
Okay, so we're going to literally be tasting this. Let's see what it tastes like. Ooh, it actually, that's a very unique taste. I never would have thought. Okay, so now Iru and milk is actually not a bad combination. All right, nice. And that's full cream milk, by the way. Oh, as I said earlier, your cooking cream.
You can take your own ice cream. Can you?
Why?
Why? So.
Are they chasing me? Why will I want to take a run ice cream? I can't, please, I won't. Even if you pay me money, I will not. All right, so now we see that is actually very thick.
Yes.
So that's what we're looking for, right?
Yeah.
That's the consistency we're looking for. So look at that. It literally looks quite thick. It's not as runny as it was earlier. So in the meantime, our water is still on fire. We're still waiting for that pasta to go in. I think the pasta can go in now, right?
Yes.
So in there we have water boiling with some oil so that the pasta doesn't come together. So now, I'm actually still feeling that buzz, that Iru creamy buzz in my mouth, and actually it's giving me true. Actually, I think Iran ice cream will not be bad.
It will not be bad.
Chef Tiflo, please don't mess up my taste buds.
Of course, towards the end of the year, there are loads of events happening. I keep mentioning this. And when we have individuals like this come through, we know that we're going to have a smile on our faces. He is a professional stand-up comedian, content creator, and scriptwriter. I'm talking about Ekene Smith. Welcome to the studio.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So now you are the brain behind Positive Youth Talent Discovery. Now, it's a quarterly conversation. It happens regularly and is built to sort of entertain comedy lovers, but also discover new talents in stand-up comedy.
Stand-up comedy, yeah.
Now, that is an amazing thing to do. I'm wondering how this all began. Talk to us about how you started.
Okay, I would say, first of all, the vision was given by God. Like, it was inspirational. I was sleeping, then I had this dream that I used to hear people say that you can be in your dream and things will be revealed to you, that things you need to do. And I was in the dream and I had this revelation that I'm going to own a foundation that is going to be focused on talent discovery. And it was big because I know talent is broad. So I was like, when I woke up in the morning, I was like, where will I start from, God?
Wow.
Because talent is broad, and I'm a stand-up comedian, and I'm still trying to build my brand. I'm still trying to make people know about me. Yeah. And now I want to open a foundation that is going to focus on talent discovery, and I'm still discovering myself.
Interesting.
So it was a whole lot of thinking. It was a whole lot of I was trying to get around it, and at some point I prayed about it, and revelations start coming that you need to start from somewhere. I know you need help, and your help is going to come from you helping others.
Interesting.
Your help is going to come from you helping others. After I made some series of prayers, and from there, he now revealed to me that you need to start. I know it's all about talent, but you need to start from what you do, which is stand-up comedy. We know there's a whole lot going in the industry. Yeah. A lot of people are trying. Give credit to the lives of Alibaba, AY with the open mic, Alibaba Spons Night, Bumi Davies, Night of 1,000 Laughs. But we need more platforms, and I'm empowering you for this. And through it, your career is going to take a boost also. So
and from there, you birthed the academy. That's the
the foundation.
So it's Ekene
Smith Adigu Youth Foundation.
Amazing. So yes, you're focusing on the youth, young stand-up comedians.
Yeah, young stand-up comedians.
Now, in terms of applicants, every quarter, can you give me a number? How many applications
we did the first edition in Agor Palace, and we had like 15 contestants.
Beautiful.
We had a winner, then we had the second place and the third place runners, which we had consolation prizes. Though we started very little because I knew I needed to start up because I was trying. At the point I had a vision, it was 5 years ago, and I started like just 2 years ago because I was still trying to put things together and all. So the one we did in Agor Palace, the cash prize was 30,000 naira because it was coming from me.
Of course.
So,
but you started.
But I started.
That was key.
That was a motivation. And after the competition, we had people that, because we're doing it in a lounge, we try to entertain people also in the lounge. I try to speak to the lounge owner that we're bringing comedy to your comfort zone. Especially, we know comedy is not, you don't just get comedy. Most time we know comedy is always on the island, Eco Hotels, and most of those big venues. True. But we're bringing comedy to your comfort zone. And they're keyed into the vision. And after we did the first edition, people genuinely started contributing to the comedians. Like, oh, we love this. Give me your account number, transfer start coming in, and someone in the crowd actually came up and said, I'm giving all the contestants I'm donating 100,000 for all the contestants to use for their transportation, logistics. Fantastic. And I was like, wow. So this vision was really God.
In the end, it was like God using you as a conduit to young comedians.
Exactly.
But now you've really grown since then.
Yes, I've grown because, and since I started it, I started getting this breakthrough in my career. I just recently came back from the United Kingdom where I went to tour like 7 cities in the United Kingdom. There has been this favors from left, right, center. Anytime I try to want to do an edition, I see support genuinely. The moment I post the flyers, people chat me that, can I contribute to this? And it keeps motivating me to do more.
I'm even motivated just hearing you. And it feels like paying it forward. Because I know someone must have given you an opportunity as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Who was that?
I was opportune to be the younger brother to a popular comedian, but now he's no more in the country. Emeka Smith. Emeka Smith was a renowned comedian then. I'm his younger brother. And after my secondary education, I was opportune to serve as his PA. At that point,
did he have a choice?
I don't have a choice. So he was feeding me. I was under his roof. So I'll be carrying his suits to events. I clean his shoes, make sure all his routines are all on point. So that gave me an opportunity to mingle with a lot of comedians because he was very close to a lot of big comedians, the Alibaba, AY, and everyone. So I get to mingle even with the ones coming up. And from there, I don't just know how I just found myself. When I now got into university, that was Delta State University. At some point, I was the director of socials of Australian Young Government at some point, but when I was in my 100 level, I was the class coordinator. So there was this 100 level event that they would need somebody to do an MC, and they were like, who will do the MC? And I was like, I don't know, we cannot pay, we don't really have you, Ekene Smith, we know your brother is a popular comedian.
Oh yeah, come and do it.
Come and talk. It's just to talk. And from there, I started doing it.
That's an interesting journey,
amazing journey.
So I know you probably have a message to young people out there who are, just looking for a chance. Because just giving young people a chance, you just never know where they might be later on. So if you had the opportunity to speak to them now.
Well, what I would say basically is keep doing your best, never stop doing your best, and don't be scared to start. They said a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. So keep doing your best, be positive-minded, and the sky is always your limit.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Now, the next edition of the talent competition is this December.
The next edition is on that's 15th of December. And this time we're in collaboration with Landmark Africa.
Wow.
Landmark loved the vision and said, we want to partner with you. We want to do more. How can an individual be doing all these things? And Landmark are saying, we will surprise you. We will surprise you. But they have really been supportive in terms of...
I honestly can't wait to see some of those young talents. And if you have any of them that really stand out, don't hesitate to send them to us. We love to laugh here at Wake Up Nigeria.
I'll personally bring the winner of the edition here.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much for coming to talk to us, Ekene. And good luck with the project.
Thank you too. Amazing.
Okay, so are you the one in class, the class clown? That is always making everybody laugh? Or are you the one that cracks up your family members on the weekend? Well, you never know. You might earn some extra Christmas money if you apply for this contest. Now, I want to invite you to join us in the kitchen.
In the kitchen?
Yes.
Wow. Amazing.
Our chef has been working hard on something tasty.
Wow.
I want you to tell us what you think.
Oh, that would be amazing.
All right,
I love food.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Credit. DJ, credit, even me, the MC, na credit. You say, Oga, me, the videographer. Is there any problem? You say, Oga, you say after the wedding, I should come and collect my balance. He paid that one. As the guy won't start honeymoon, waiting here again. Now the guy say,
well, that was years ago.
Years ago. Wow.
Well done. And welcome into the Wake Up Nigeria kitchen. So now, Chef Tifla has been hard at work here, putting together this is her special recipe. Now it's creamy Iru pasta.
Wow.
Creamy
Had anything like that before?
Okay, creamy Iru. I know about the Iru.
The creamy. About the Iru. Creamy separated, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna do it together. We'd like for you to try it out. We're having it with air fried chicken as well.
All right.
So
this
try
one?
it out and let us know exactly what you think about it.
I can't wait to have it. Right.
All right. So have a taste. Let us know.
And, we have
Okay.
What's it? Wow.
Well done, chef. So what Chef Tiflo did, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
She actually made that in the sauce, so you can see it all together. But this particular one, she actually did it as white pasta. And we have the creamy sauce on the base.
Tastes amazing.
Tastes amazing. So what can you taste? Tell us about what you're experiencing.
Like you said, there's this African taste that has the Iru brought out the African flavor. Then the creamy, I don't know, the creamy. Tell me more about the creamy.
It's actual cream, right?
The pasta's amazing, super amazing.
Yeah, right.
Amazing, well done. Thank you. Hopefully that will give you some jokes inspiration.
Creamy Iru pasta. Let's do it.
Amazing. All right, we've had an amazing day today, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll be here same time, same station tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye.